Good day everyone, we are students from GAS 1 Group 1 Lingunan Senior High School and we will discuss now our research study. The entitle of our research study is Factors Affecting Student Learning Adjustment Through Social Interactions. The researcher of this study are Raven Pascual, Clarence Gacos, John Paul Jerez, June De Asis, Romer Abordo, Crystal Balahaja, Maria Eloisa Rase, and we will discuss our research.
Due to pandemic, there's a lot of reason why students difficult to socialize. Students are most needs to socialize because according to Springer Link, social interaction have an important role in students to organize their thought and reflect on learning. Past transition of styles of learning, various problems students encountered in adjusting from to online class to face-to-face classes in terms of social interaction. These factors have big impact or disruption on their learning. So it's important to gather information different factors in order to provide information on how to improve interacting with others.
Background of study. So before we go the main problem of study, we need to find out how social interaction is important for every individual. Social interaction is really important because it is a part who we are and part of our development or share or key or center of everything to share ideas and opinion. And due to pandemic, the study was online and it's really difficult for students to study their own, and it is, according to Garris and Fleck 2020, online class was less interesting, enjoyable, and educational, and online class is cause of less interaction of students and less motivation on their study. And after the online class, the face-to-face class was started, and recovering in new environment is really difficult for every student due to changing learning style. It is hard to communicate with other students because of after recovering from the pandemic. Social interaction activities is really important for every students in school, and because of the less social interaction, their performance tasks may be affected their grades because of not doing it. So it's really important for every students to join the social interaction activities on school to improve their communication with others. Knowing factors for adjustment of social interaction is solution for better relationship with classmates and teachers and perform their performance tasks in front of a class better and well. Review-related literature. For foreign, the personality of the teacher has a great impact on the learning of the students. Negative personality of the teacher results in negative academic performance. On the other hand, positive personality of the teacher resulting a positive academic performance. The better the teacher teaches, the higher the percentage that the students will learn. It is built by Miss Tom Learning Factors that influence students' motivation in education, November 21, 2020. Physical factors are one of the major factors that affect their studies. When a student lacks nutrients, students may not be able to focus on his studies and find it difficult to understand and make friends. Good proper nutrients have good performance result on academic activities. It is according to Puha Mondal important factors that may affect the learning process. For local, participating in physical activities is an ideal factor to encourage students to learn and socialize with others. This is a way to make the students' body stronger to avoid boredom and illness during school days. This is according to Jacqueline Judith B. Jr. and Jonathan A. Liwag for September 2016. Review-related literature for local again. In the study of senior high students, they have difficult adjusting due to lack of background or about the subjects being studied. Poor knowledge is a big reason why it's difficult for him to focus on learning. It is according to Mark M. Alipio, March 2020. Review-related studies. For foreign, the development of active classroom expands the collaboration of students with others. Through active activities can improve their critical thinking and communication with their fellow classmates. This is according to Muhammad Asif Qureshi Asadullah Kaskeli Jawad Qureshi. It is 1 to 21, 2021. For foreign, spending more time with others increases the chance of experiencing depression because social interaction is more helpful to reduce the feeling of being alone and without company. It is according to John B. Naslecht and Peter Dirks. For local again, the COVID-19 has a great impact on the enhancement and knowledge of students when it comes to studying. These factors affects students' thinking in learning, and it's according to Jesse S. Barrett, Ian Lenares, Leo S. Del Rosario. For local, communicating with others help to gain information and gain knowledge. Not interacting often leads to problems or difficult approaching others. It is according to Patricia Brazil Arinto. International Review of Research in Open and Distributed Learning.
The figure 1 presented conceptual framework that showed the concept structure of the body. The study aims to know the factors affecting students' learning through social interaction. In input, as you can see that some of the students have difficulty to social interact and their adjustment from online to face-to-face classes. In process, we use a survey questionnaire through Google Forms and statistical treatment. In output, we can see that some of the students improve their social interaction and improve their academic learning.
Statement of the problem. The main objective of our study is to know and gather the factors affecting student learning adjustment to their social interaction. Research question. Number 1. What are the student learning adjustments since face-to-face classes have started? Number 2. What are the student learning adjustments during the pandemic or during online classes? Number 3. How do student social interaction has affect their learning adjustment in terms of the following? Group activities, participating in class, asking teachers about questions and clarifications, friend communication, and parent communication. What are the advantages and disadvantages of online and face-to-face classes in terms of their social interaction?
Hypothesis. A researcher wants to determine if there are significant factors affected student learning adjustment to social interactions. Null hypothesis. The factors affecting student learning adjustments have no significant relationships to social interactions.
The significance of the study, the researcher conduct this study to know and gather the different factors of student learning adjustments in terms of social interactions. The benefits of this study are guidance counselor, teachers and parents and students. The main specific benefits of this study are students, because if they know the different factors, they can use it to improve their social interaction and use to improve their student learning.
Our study coverage in Lingunan Senior High School because it's an area near where our researcher can easily conduct information. Our respondents were grade 11 students because they are most likely to be affected by quick transition of learning and adjusting their social interaction.
Definition and terms. The following terms were defined according to how they are being used in this study. Social interaction, the way of communicate with others. Learning adjustment, adapting change happening on style of learning. Student learning, knowledge of student. About a certain topic, face-to-face class. Style of learning that happens in school, which involves person-to-person talk. Group activity, activities that need cooperation to finish the task and involves 3 or more members. Friend communication, talking to someone who understands you and is close to you. Parent communication, talking to the person who understands you the most, the person with you inside the house and carry you. Senior high school student preparing for college, and student affected by the quick transition of learning.
Use descriptive designs to answer the question of how, what, and why. These are questions about how to get solution to a particular problem. Systematic process that gather information to provide answers to a problem. The objective of descriptive research is to describe individuals, events, or conditions by examining them in their natural state.
Population is sampling. The respondent school categorized as Lingunan National Senior High School. Number of respondents are as follows. Grade 11 senior high school student with total of 110 respondents in one school. The outcome of this study will be achieved after the researcher have gathered data.
Sources of data. A survey questionnaire was used as instrument to measure the factors affecting student learning adjustment to their social interaction in Lingunan Senior High School. Structured interview. The researcher interviewed students from different grades of grade 11 Lingunan Senior High School students to determine the different factors might be affect on student learning as well to validate the information of the study.
For data analysis, these are statistical tool we use on our study. Number 1, weighted mean, statistical tool to measure the perception of respondents. Number 2, frequency distribution. These are statistical tool to know how often students affect their learning through social interaction by various factors. Number 3, percentage. Percentage, 1% is equivalent to 100 of total and calculated by dividing the total number by 100. For Chapter 3 is Analysis Interpretation collected from the grade 11 students senior high school. So what are the students' learning adjustments since face-to-face classes have started? Table number 1, higher adjustments is introducing myself to others, which is equivalence of 57.3%, and the coping with help is 20%. For table number 2 is students' learning adjustments during online class. The making schedule is higher than eliminating distraction, which is equivalence for 52.7% and 34.5% respectively. For table number 3, effects on student social interaction in their learning adjustments in terms of group activities, which is overall weighted mean 3.7, and verbally interpreted always every time influence. For table number 4, class participation 3.47, overall weighted mean sometimes influence. For table number 5, asking questions and clarification, which is 3.3, overall weighted mean, which is sometimes influence. Table number 6, friends communication, which is overall weighted mean 3.76, which is always every time influence. And table number 9, parents communication, which is 3.2 influence. 3.2 weighted mean 3.2 sometimes influence. For table number 8 is advantage of online class in terms of social interaction. Participating in class is higher, which is 55.5%, and interaction with parents is lower, 26%. Table number 9 is disadvantage of class in terms of social interaction, which is 57.3%, got from performance tasks, and model manners is 30%. For the table number 10, advantage of face-to-face class, making friends is higher, which got 53.6%, and the lower understand the lesson, which is 43.60%. For the table number 11, disadvantage of face-to-face class, nervous while performance task is higher, which is equivalence of 57.3%, and class meetings, which is equivalence of 26.4%.
This study summarized the factors affecting students' learning adjustment through social interaction, which indicates the following. Number 1. What are the students' learning adjustments since face-to-face classes have started? Introducing myself to others, what students did when they are adjusting on face-to-face classes, and to easily interact with others, 57.3%, followed by be kind to your teachers, 56.4%. Managing stress and challenging and getting to know your classmate, 49.1%. stay motivated with your teachers, 46.4%, and staying connected with your friends and families, 44.5%. Number 2, what are the students' learning adjustment during the pandemic, online classes? Making schedule was revealed the most students did adjustment during online classes or pandemic, 52.7%. This students' learning adjustment was followed by avoiding places and sustaining internet connection, 46.4%, managing time wisely, 41.8%, getting enough sleep and using resources, 38.2%, and asking questions in class, 36.4%.
How do student social interaction has affect their learning adjustment in terms of the followings? 3.1 Group activities. 3.2 Participate in class. 3.3 Ask teachers about question and clarifications. 3.4 Parents communication. And 3.5 Parents communications. There is a big difference between the various factors I can affect students' learning adjustment to social interactions. Definitely, resultments of M equals 3.7 from group activities. M is 3.47 from a participate in class. M is equal 3.3 from has teachers about question and clarifications. M 3.76 from parents communication and M 3.2 from affairs communications. As a result, interactions of students with their parents is more extended. It's so that they will enjoy the students' heart to group activities, that I can interact with each other by sharing ideas and opinions about what they are students. What are the advantage and the disadvantage of online and face-to-face class in terms of their social interactions? Participate in class was the most advantage of students on online class. So interactions 55.5% on the other hand, then the disadvantage on online class is have a problems on doing performance in class, so has reform.
Following findings, the following conclusions were drawn. Is that will be adjusted during face-to-face. Study is more likely to introduce yourself to others. Choosing yourself is really important so they can know you better and make studying more enjoyable. Choosing yourself to others will make your studies easier because you won't have difficulty asking them a question on your current study. Making an online class schedule is a great way to make learning more organized. You can better plan what you should do every hour, especially in studying. Group activities are a great way to interact more with their fellow students. To group activities, they learn more by socializing and sharing their opinions and ideas.
Recommendation. Number one recommendation is giving more group activities under students because more activities, which means more communication, more knowledge. Number two, parents often greet their children more often because greet their children more often become more updated, especially on school. Number three, teachers should not be strict because strict teachers should be equals to fair students, especially when asking questions and clarifications about the lesson. Number four, teachers should talk students. Teachers are the second parents on school, so teachers are responsible to talk their students as a parents to guide especially on their social interactions. Number five, teachers and parents know the difference factor. Knowing the difference factors of the students help them to solve the problems of students, especially on adjusting in terms of social interaction.